What's up, HASfit Tribe? It's your personal trainer, Coach Kozak.
I'm Claudia, and this is a full body dumbbell workout.
Today's strength training session does require dumbbells, and we recommend having several weights available to you so that you can switch up the resistance depending on the exercise.
You'll have an opportunity to use a bench, but it isn't required.
Follow me for the standard moves.
And I'll provide some easier modifications.
If you're ready to go, let's pump it up. All right, before we begin today's strength training workout, we are going to start with a warm-up. We have some nice compound dynamic warm-up moves for you. First one is going to be a downward dog plus a multi-planar lunge to show you what that looks like. Bending our knees, we're going to bring our hands down to the floor. Moving into a downward dog, I'm going to bring my hips back, keeping my legs straight, feeling that stretch down my whole posterior chain as well as my shoulders. Now I'm going to move into that multi-planar lunge, stepping my right foot up by my right hand, feeling that stretch in your hips, taking my right hand, reaching through to my left side, that rotation, and then reaching up, following my hand with my eyes. Setting that right hand back down on the floor, right foot back, now left foot up by my left hand. Again, now reaching through to my right side, rotating up through my left side, hand back to the floor, and that's one time through the sequence. Now, downward dog, we're just going to repeat it. Downward dog, now multi-planar lunge on the right side. Moving through this, not a race, this isn't part of the workout, but instead it's a warm-up, spending a little extra time on any specific part that may feel particularly tight. Nice deep breathing here. Sometimes when I'm up in this position, I like to press out on that hip just a little bit for extra hip strength or hip
That's a good
stretch.
idea.
We'll call that optional.
Oh my goodness, my hips.
Yeah, this one's hitting about every single muscle group, multi-planes of movement. That's why we love this one. Very efficient. One last time through. Again, by the time we get through with this one, just about every muscle group is getting hit.
I might just call it a day on the day's workout after this. I don't know. This feels like a workout to me. Woo.
Well, we are getting warmed up, preparing that body for the work that's to come. All right. And rest. Very good. Okay. Next up, we are going to perform what is called a deep lunge. So we're going to do a lunge movement, but we're going to take it to the extreme range of motion, whatever that looks like for you. So I'm starting with my hands on my hips. I'm going to take a big lunge step. So not, maybe your typical lunge step, but a big, deep lunge step. Now, I'm going to come as far forward and down as my body comfortably allows, allowing that knee to come over that foot. If you need to, you can place your hands on the floor for support, or if you feel good, you can stay up, and it's just a hold here.
Not allowing the left knee to touch the ground.
And then back up. Same move with left side. So come down deep, work into that deep position. It's great for knee mobility, knee strength, ankle mobility. Back up. We're doing this controlled without any weight. Again, this is actually really healthy on our knees and our ankles, our hips, groin.
So the leg or the
Back
foot
up.
that's up front, we want the heel to stay down onto the ground.
Heel, definitely want that heel to stay down on the ground and allow that knee to gently come over the toes. Little knees over toes. Very good. One more time on each side. Testing yourself as you work through it. How deep can you get? Testing that mobility. Good. One last one. And again, you may not be quite as deep or anywhere near as deep as we are. Make this work for you. Back up. Excellent. Okay. One more for you here. We're going to do a side leg swing. So we're going to work our way on over to the wall, but for you, it may be a chair or a countertop. Just bracing ourselves from the side. Now with my left leg, keep my left leg straight. I'm going to bring it across my body and then swing it up to my left side. Full range of motion, whatever that looks like for you, while keeping the leg straight. Good posture. Yes, this is a dynamic stretch. We are moving here. Great for our abductors as well as adductors, our whole hips. 3, 2, 1. Okay, same move, opposite side now, so just turn over. We're not working on our balance with this one, so no reason to try to do it on your own. Ready, begin. No shame in grabbing a chair or a wall here. We're just looking for maximal range of motion.
Ooh, and that stationary leg is getting some work in too.
Oh yeah. Just to hold you there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we're feeling warm. You feeling warm, Claudia?
I feel like
You feel like you just did a workout?
I feel like I just did a workout.
Okay,
But hey,
well,
let's get into
I
it.
guess we're warm. Our heart rates are elevated and we're ready to go. We are going to get started with the superset. So we're going to go back and forth between 2 complementary exercises. The first one's going to be a dumbbell thruster. We need 2 heavier dumbbells for this one. It's a compound exercise. We're going to perform 10 repetitions. Let's show you what that looks like.
It's one of my favorite exercises here.
Very efficient move.
Oh yeah.
We're going to start with curl those dumbbells up into a rack position with the palms facing us. Feet are hip width apart. We're going to break at our hips first, then our knees, squatting down, keeping good posture. Core is braced. Now as we come up, we're going to press overhead and twist those palms forward.
So facing outward.
Facing outward, yep. Again, 10 repetitions in total. We're going to do it together. Ready and begin. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Reset every time. Control the way up and control the way down. Inhale. Exhale as you press overhead.
Using the power from those legs to get those dumbbells up and overhead.
And as we're lowering down, making sure to drive through that midfoot, we're not falling back onto our heels or falling forward onto our toes.
Not letting those knees come in either.
That's a great point as well. Again, inhale, big power, exhale.
7, 3 more.
This one's working our shoulders, triceps, core, whole lower body, all getting hit together.
Last one.
And big power. There's 10. Okay, so as I mentioned, we are going to alternate this with another exercise, but that second exercise is a dumbbell reverse fly. And we're going to need a lighter weight for this one. We're going to perform 12 repetitions in total.
Whew.
Definitely shouldn't be using the same weight for both.
Oh no.
And as you work through today's workout, you'll get a feel for which weights are appropriate for which exercise. As a rule of thumb, it's always easier to start light and to work your way up, opposed to the other way around. If you start too heavy, hard to make up for that. Okay, feet are shoulder width apart. Elbows are bent, keeping our back straight. Keep that same bend in our elbow throughout the whole move.
And hinging at a 45-degree angle here.
And we're gonna pull back on those hands, squeeze the middle of your back, and then control the way down. For 12 repetitions in total, let's hit it. Ready and begin. Again, key on this one is maintaining that slight bend in the elbows. Don't change it. And then controlling the way down. You'll feel that's where actually you get most of your work in on this one. And no big swing. Notice how we're only moving at the shoulders here. We're not getting momentum in.
2 more to go.
Very good.
Last one.
And there's
Nice
12.
work.
Okay, so as we said, complementary exercises there. While our legs and shoulders are resting, we're working on our upper back. We're gonna go back to those dumbbell thrusters for our second set. Now is your time to adjust the weight accordingly. If you started too light, and it wasn't a challenge, work your way up. If you started too heavy and you couldn't even get the 10 reps, drop the weight. Working through here. And we are purposely taking longer breaks today, strength training workout, taking our 30 to 60 second break in between every set. So that's on purpose if you're used to doing a bunch of HIIT workouts.
Oh, but these thrusters will still get your heart rate up for sure.
Indeed. Speaking of which, it's showtime, folks. Curl them up to starting position. Feet are hip width apart.
Palms facing in.
Let's hit it. Down, breathe in. Up, exhale. Very good. Using that power from your legs. Keeping that core braced. So that brace that we talk about, it's like a 360-degree pressing out of your whole midsection. Not just pressing out forward, but 360 degrees around to give you that strong base and core.
3 more, let's go.
Ideally, you're coming down to those thighs are parallel to the floor.
Woo. There's 9, 1 more, let's go, tribe.
Right to the end, you got it. Nice, okay.
Whew.
Shoulders are catching on fire.
Oh yeah.
Legs are feeling it.
Oh, shake it out if you need to.
Shake it out. And again, think about adjusting your weight accordingly for the second set of dumbbell reverse flies. Always adjusting, always doing your best to optimize for the number of repetitions you have. We have 12 repetitions. So repetitions 10, 11, and then 12 should be getting tough. If you get to 12 and you're not feeling anything, you're not using a heavy enough weight.
Right, which is why I moved it up just a little bit here.
All right, perfect. All right, hinging at our hips. Elbows at a slight bend. Back is straight. Let's begin. When I say keeping your head in line with the spine, that's important. I know it's hard when you're following a video. Temptation is to be up like this. But instead, try to get a feel for what the movement is before the set so you can keep that head in line with your spine.
3 more to go. Come on, tribe.
10, 11, finish strong right here.
Last one.
Nice work. For our next superset, we're gonna alternate a lower and upper body pressing move. Starting with that lower body move, we're gonna do a dumbbell reverse lunge with a pause. So we need 2 dumbbells for this one. We're gonna do 16 repetitions. That's 8 repetitions on each leg. When you're choosing a weight, keep in mind that we're gonna do this pause that's gonna make it just that much more difficult than a normal reverse lunge. Starting with our palms at our side, good posture here. I'm gonna step back, drop both knees until they're 90-degree angle, 1/1000 pause, back up. Opposite leg, down, 1/1000 pause, back up. The key here is to come close to the floor, but not hitting the floor with that back knee and definitely not bouncing off the floor. All right.
Hey, I'm ready.
8 on each. Ready, and begin. Give it that pause, hold. So you're stopping, dead stop right there at the bottom. Hold that isometric contraction at the bottom, slowing the tempo down here. One important thing about effective strength training is focusing on that time under tension. It's not just about the weight moved or the volume of repetitions, but how long, duration-wise, are those muscles working? So you'll oftentimes see us playing with this tempo, making sure we get that contraction of the muscles. And that's what we're doing here. Every time. Dead stop, pause, back up. Good posture here.
Oh my goodness.
Shoulders
Starting
are
to
back.
feel it.
Oh yeah, it's a higher rep range. So we're gonna start to feel some of that burning sensation.
That's number 13, almost there.
There's 14, 1 more on each leg.
You can do it. Let's do
Finishing
it.
strong, right here. Doing it together. Last one. All right. So
Oh my.
we're gonna let those legs rest, and we're gonna move into a dumbbell chest press with a twist. I'm gonna do mine from the floor.
I'm gonna do mine with my trusty bench here. So if you have a bench, Now's the time to grab that.
And if you don't, no worries. You can go ahead and join me on the floor. Totally up to you. All right.
Oop. Sorry about that. I'm the wrong way, aren't I?
2 dumbbells needed. We're going to perform 10 repetitions in total. Getting in, so to get into position, depending on the weight that you're using, oftentimes it's nice to put those weights on your knees and then kick them back up into position. Okay, starting from the bottom, I'm gonna start from the bottom actually here.
Okay.
Palms facing forward, and I'm gonna twist my palms together as I come up, and then twist them so they're back facing forward. Doing this one for 10 repetitions in total. Ready, begin. So press, twisting the palms so they're facing one another, and then controlling that lowering phase. And if you're doing it from the floor, being careful not to bounce those the upper arms off the floor, but everything is a controlled movement here.
And if you're doing it from the bench, make sure that your triceps just come to about parallel with the bench and then right back up.
For breathing, we're inhaling on the way down, exhaling on that press, that concentric phase.
Here's number 6, 4 more to go.
Again, when we talk control, that means you're fighting against that lowering phase, right? Not letting gravity take over.
There's 8, 2 more to go.
Working on our chest, triceps, and shoulders with this one.
Ooh, I feel it in all those areas you just mentioned.
Last one. And there's 10. All right,
Okay.
lower the dumbbells safely. We're gonna let our chest, shoulders, triceps take a break, and we're moving to that second set of reverse lunges. Again, that's after that first set, you had that little bit of learning take place. Time to adjust your weight if that's needed. Here's the time to do so. Constantly adjusting it depending on the movement, how you feel. Previous workouts the day before where you might be sore, all those little factors play a role.
I think that's where I'm at today. Previous workouts are sneaking up.
Yeah,
I feel it.
My heavy bag workout from yesterday's took its toll on my shoulder, so I'm feeling that one today. All right, so good posture here to start. We're gonna step back with that right leg together, 16 in total. Let's hit it. Step back, drop both knees, 1,000. Back up every time.
You're gonna inhale down, and at the hardest part, you're gonna exhale to come back up.
And again, one of those moves would be so much easier if we just popped right back up. But we're not in it for easy. We're here for results. We're not just doing this for the sake of doing it for fun. We want to get something out of this.
That's right. We want to see some change.
That's right. Good posture, not falling forward. And if your mobility isn't quite as good as ours, that's all right. Come down as far as you can. Maybe you're here right now, and that's all right. Make our workouts work for you. No two bodies are the same out there.
Here is number 12. Not much left.
This one's really working that whole lower body, hamstrings, quadriceps, glutes, even your calves.
15 right here. Last one. You can make it. Let's do it.
And there's 16.
Oh my goodness.
All right, legs are feeling good. So let's give them a break. Like we said, complementary muscle groups. One set of muscles are resting while the other's working. I'm gonna grab my dumbbells, moving back to the floor.
Or the bench.
Decide what's appropriate for you.
Taking some big deep breaths here.
Decide which weight is appropriate for you here if you want to make any changes. 10 repetitions in total. Again, I'm going to start with those dumbbells on my knees. Brace my core. Come back. Actually, a little too far forward. There we go. Starting at the bottom and begin. Pressing up. Squeeze that chest every single time at the top. Almost like there's a coin in between your chest muscles and you're trying to squeeze that coin together.
And notice when we bring our dumbbells up overhead, they're up over our chest and not our faces.
Oh, that's a great point. And the reason why we do that is because we don't want our shoulders to take over. Our shoulders are gonna work, but we want those chest muscles to do the majority of the pressing here.
That's 8. 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale as you bring them up overhead.
Last one right here, finishing strong. And there's 10. You did it. Moving into our next superset with a exercise for our back. It is going to be a dumbbell reverse row. We need 2 heavier dumbbells for this one. Definitely heavier dumbbells than let's say you used on that reverse fly earlier. We're going to perform this one for 10 repetitions. Feet are hip width apart. We're going to hinge at our hips. Core is tight and braced. Back is on a 45-degree angle. Palms are facing forward. That's that reverse part. Now we're going to let our elbows lead the way. Elbows pull back and return back down. We're doing this one for 10 repetitions in total. Again, heavier weight for this one. Ready, position, core is braced, shoulders are back. Let's hit it. 1. Every time those elbows are leading the way, so it's not the hands that are leading the way. The analogy I love is there's a string attached to those elbows and somebody's pulling back on that elbow.
Exhale as you bring those arms up.
This one's working your lats, biceps, grip, forearms, even your lower back and hips just to maintain and hold this position.
Last one right here.
Good squeeze,
Ooh,
and there's
nice
10.
one.
All right, no weights are needed for this next one. I'm gonna do mine from the floor.
And I'm gonna bring my bench out again.
We are gonna do a planche hold. It's French for a plank. It's a little different plank variation for you. It's gonna be timed for 45 seconds instead of counting repetitions on this one.
So notice I'm doing mine from a higher implement. So this is just an easier modification, kind of like we do for a push-up. So the higher the implement, the easier it's gonna be.
But the setup is the same,
Yep.
right? So we're getting started in what will look like a push-up position, but now I'm gonna walk my feet forward. So instead of my hands being in line with my chest and shoulders, they're more in line with my abdomen. And now I'm no longer on the balls of my feet, but I'm almost on my toes. And I'm keeping that core up into a hollow body position. There's your position right there. We're gonna do it for 45 seconds. You decide, depending on your core strength, if you wanna be here on the floor or incline on a bench, a chair, a countertop, wherever you feel comfortable performing it. All right, 45 seconds.
So push-up position here.
Walk those feet forward and hold. So it's hollow body. So what that means is that you're not just straight, but your abs are up just a little bit.
So almost like you're gonna bring your shoulder blades away from your spine.
Exactly.
Just to hold in this position here. And breathe through the entire movement. Don't hold your breath.
You feel that core taking over and working here.
Oh, yeah.
See how we're almost like on the front of our toes there.
On our tippy toes.
And you're leaning forward. That body weight is up over. Also working your shoulders, chest, back. Many muscle groups working together on this one.
Go to your happy place here.
For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ooh, my goodness.
A very efficient, functional core exercise. Multiple muscle groups getting hit on that one. I hope you enjoyed it. Because we're going to do it again here in a minute. But not before we do our second set of dumbbell reverse rows. Again, adjusting your weight accordingly, depending on how you felt after that first set of 10. Just a quick note, when you're picking up your weights, make sure you're using your legs to do so, not bending over and making your back do all the work.
Thank you for that reminder.
I know, I'm not great at it either, so I'm always looking to improve. Feet are hip width apart, a little bend in our knees, hinging at our hips, back is straight, shoulders are retracted, palms are facing forward. Let's begin. Pulling back, squeezing those big back muscles at the top of every single repetition, especially those lat muscles. Your lats are those big back muscles under your arms. Control the weight down.
That's 8. 2 more.
Boom, squeeze every time. You got it.
Last one.
And there's
Ooh,
10.
nice.
Okay, good news is no more rows. Even better news, second set of planche holds are here for you.
Ooh.
Again, adjusting the variation if needed. If you felt good, that's great. You want to make it harder, make it harder. Down to the floor, you want to make it easier, bring it up to a countertop. You decide what's right for you here.
Catch your breath here.
Again, we're coming into that push-up position. That core is just staying tight the whole time. No loose, no sinking of the hips. We're up. Inching your way forward and begin.
And retracting, bringing those shoulder blades away from the spine.
One additional note here is this one may also test your wrist mobility. If there's anything wrong with those wrists or they're not quite as loose as they should be, then you can inch your way back to more of a high plank position if you need to do so. So again, making it work for you. No two bodies are the same out there.
Not much left.
Keep that core up throughout the whole move. You got 10 seconds. Don't let that core sink. Hold tight. Come on.
Hold it.
Right to the end.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax.
Very nice. Next up, we have a Triset. So we're actually going to alternate between 3 different exercises. The first one being a dumbbell drag curl. So it is a curl exercise for our biceps, and it's a harder one, so probably not grabbing too heavy of a weight for this one. A lot of time under tension on this one. Palms are facing forward here. We're going to keep our elbows in tight to our body, and on this curl, the movement's a little different. We're going to pull our elbows back, and the dumbbells drag up against our body all the way up, and then drag the dumbbells back down. This move is also performed with a barbell. So if you just think about this actually just being one bar, you're dragging that barbell up against your body and down.
So basically your dumbbell is going to maintain contact with your upper body the entire time.
Exactly, hence the name drag curl. 12 repetitions. Let's hit it together and begin. This one is great again, just because of that time under tension. When done correctly, the biceps don't get a break throughout this whole exercise. You know, there's never that moment of rest. Second you hit the bottom position, come right back into that next one. And again, you'll notice those elbows are back throughout the whole move behind the body. And one of the benefits of that is it takes your shoulders out of the exercise. Almost kind of like doing a preacher curl, if you've ever done one of those, where it just really isolates the biceps.
That is halfway. That's only 6.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a tough one. A lot of time under tension. Gonna feel those biceps working on this one.
That's number 8. You can do it.
Every repetition here is getting you just that much closer to your goals. Time of the workout to think about it. What are you working towards here, folks? Something brought you here today at HASfit Tribe. What was it? Trying to gain lean muscle, get stronger, just kick butt at life, whatever it is. Maybe all the above.
Last one.
One step closer after that set. Very good.
Nice job.
So we are going to move into a compound move next, and most of you will probably use a heavier weight for this one, but again, very person to person dependent. Moving into a dumbbell RDL plus shrug. We need 2 dumbbells, heavier dumbbells, compound move, specifically targeting our posterior chain. Our feet are shoulder width apart, slight bend in our knees to start, and we're going to maintain that same bend throughout the move. Now I'm going to hinge at my hips, keeping my back straight, head in line with my spine. My dumbbells are going to come down to about knee or shin height. Now my hips come forward, and I'm going to shrug, bringing my shoulders up, back down. So that's 1 repetition. I'm going to show you one more time. Hips back, like I'm trying to touch the wall behind me with my glutes. Hips forward, and shrug. We're doing this one for 10 in total. Ready, and begin.
Just letting those dumbbells slide down the front of our legs. Inhale and exhale as you come back up to shrug.
Keeping your core braced throughout. Again, we've used that phrase throughout today. Just keeping it tight. You don't want to be loose in your midsection. And everything stays tight throughout. Hips go back. You feel a slight stretch in your hamstrings and glutes on this one as you're lowering those dumbbells, like right in there. It's important to note our pacing on this one. Yeah, we're going slow. All about that time under tension here today.
That's 6, 4 more to go.
Hamstrings are working, glutes are working, lower back, biceps, forearms, upper back, all working together to make this one work.
Not much left.
Especially killer after that set of drag curls.
Oh my goodness. Yes, this is your last one.
And there's 10.
Nice
Okay,
job.
we can set our weights down. No weights needed for the next one. We're gonna work on our core with a side plank plus rotation. So let's move to the floor in a side plank position. So I'm gonna be on my left side, on my left forearm, and I'm gonna be up on both feet.
I'm gonna have my left leg, I'm gonna be on my left knee, and I'm gonna have my right leg extended.
Now we're both gonna take our right hand, reach it through to our left side, and then reach up. We're gonna perform this for 30 seconds in total on each side.
Yes.
You decide which variation is appropriate for you. Let's do it. And begin. Reaching through, then reaching up.
Make sure that your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder. So you don't want that elbow flared out.
Yeah, it's a great point. Working your obliques.
Ooh, yeah, I already feel that.
That rotational strength on this one. 10 more seconds on this side.
Feeling good.
Don't let that hip sink. Just because we're rotating doesn't mean we're sinking. For 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, a little downtime here. We're just
Switch
turning over to the
sides.
other side, and we're right back into it. Ready, begin. Reaching through, reaching up. Again, don't let that hip sink down. Shouldn't be going up and down with it. We're strictly rotating, not coming up and down with it. Anytime we're in one of these holding positions, the temptation is to hold your breath. Don't do that.
No.
Breathe throughout for 3, 2, 1, 0. Rest. Okay,
Oh my goodness. That's quite the Triset.
that is quite the Triset. Okay, a couple of big deep breaths here as we give our bodies a moment to recover.
And a chance to think about the weight that we used with that first drag curl.
Yep, exactly.
So now you know what to expect.
Knowing that you have that set of RDL plus shrugs immediately afterwards as
Yes.
well. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Make a wise decision here.
make a wise decision. A decision that challenges you, but it's doable. That's what
Yeah,
we mean by that. Just
exactly.
for clarification on that. Abs are gonna get a break here while our biceps catch on fire. Get a good pump going. Shoulders are back, palms are forward.
Pelvis is directly underneath that rib cage for proper breathing.
And here goes 12 reps. Begin. Dumbbells dragging up against your body. Elbows are back behind our body the whole time. And we're
Exhale.
controlling it.
Exhale as you bring those dumbbells up. Inhale as you bring them down. It's the hardest part of the movement that we want to make sure that we do our exhale breath.
And again, when the workout gets challenging physically, we got to be mentally tough. That's why we start thinking about our why. Start thinking about why we're here, why this is important to us.
For some of you, it might just be functional movement to support just the way you move throughout the day.
Might be a sporting event, might be for your children, might be for your grandchildren, might just be for yourself. Whatever
more.
it is, keep it fighting right here. Come on.
That's 11.
Fighting together, tribe. We're burning 2.
Last one.
All right.
Oh,
Shake it
goodness.
loose. No more of those for the day.
No more.
But we are moving into our second set of dumbbell RDLs plus shrug. Again, choosing your weight accordingly. You got a little more knowledge after that first set, a better understanding of what this one's gonna feel like. Let those biceps take a rest here. As we said, 30 to 60 seconds in between each set, not a HIIT workout. The reason why we do that is because when the muscles are able to recover in between sets, we're able to use more weight, more resistance, thus the muscles work more and you get more results.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
You're so right. You're so smart.
Oh, well, thank you, wifey. I'm gonna record that. I'm gonna capture that one and just like put it as my ringtone. Do they still have ringtones? No? Okay. Feet are shoulder width apart. Palms are facing us. Hinging at the hips. Let's begin. Abs are tight. Core is braced.
Booty to the wall.
Booty forward and shrug. Every time. So all that hinge in the hips. Don't turn it into a squat. What do I mean by that? I mean, don't do this,
There you go.
right? That's not the move. The move is hips, back, hinge, forcing that backside to take over.
You're really going to feel it in your hamstrings when you do that.
And your lower back. I know a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of people are so scared to feel anything in their lower back, but our lower back needs to be strengthened
Yes, it
just the way
does.
we would strengthen the rest, your abs, right? People do crunches, but then they avoid their lower back. Not you. You're working it here, right now.
That's 8. 2 more.
Big deep breath in on the way down. Hips forward. Exhale.
Last one. You got it.
And there's 10. All right, you can set those weights down. Moving into our second set of those side planks. Moving into position here. All those muscle groups from the RDL and shrug are resting. And we're gonna put those ab muscles, those oblique muscles to work here. It's a 30-second set. Hips are up. And hit it. Again, breathing throughout. No holding your breath. You will regret it. We need oxygen to survive, folks.
Keep those hips nice and square. We don't want those hips rotating.
If you started in one variation and you want to move to the other because you think it's more appropriate mid-set, feel free to do so.
Mix
Again,
it up.
Make it work for you, but just get through to the end. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, opposite side here.
Switcheroo.
Switcheroo. I like that one.
It's a very technical fitness
It's a
term.
technical fitness term. You guys haven't heard of it. We'll try to explain it later.
All right, let's
All
get
right.
right into it.
And begin. A lot of technical fitness terms here today.
Yes.
Full range of motion. Get that twist every time, but don't allow those hips to sink. Don't do it.
Your bun might be on fire. Buns, that is.
Oh yeah, it's working. I should also note, not only working your core, also working your glutes.
Not much left. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of that.
Ah, very good. Yes. We did it.
Feeling that pump.
We did it together, HASfit Tribe. Feeling good. Let's move into that cool down next. We are going to go to the floor for what's called a piriformis stretch.
Alrighty.
Going to give our body a little bit of love here with some stretching. Also, try to reduce some of that delayed onset muscle soreness, that DOMS.
We'll also work on that mobility.
And then the mobility. I'm going to
Ooh.
take my left foot, bring it up onto my right knee. Now I'm going to grab that left knee and bring it to my right shoulder. So cross diagonally across my body.
While keeping your ankle on your knee.
And then press it back the opposite way. So hold it, a quick pause on both sides. So pulling it away.
And where are we going to
And
feel
pressing.
that stretch?
So you're feeling it.
Because piriformis,
some people might not be familiar with what that is.
Yeah, so your piriformis is technically when people have sciatic nerve pain, it's the piriformis that's acting up. So that upper glute area, if you will, but it's also where your sciatic nerve is. You often get a pinch in there if the muscles and tendons get tight or you get inflammation in that area. But generally speaking, this is also just a great stretch for your hip and glutes as well. And all right, same move, opposite side. Let's switch it up. Again, getting through that full range of motion. Again, spending a little extra time on any part of this move that is particularly tight.
So for some, you might be in this position where you're bringing your knee to your shoulder because you can really feel that stretch there.
Yeah, if that's particularly tight or you don't have the range of motion you want there, the mobility you want there.
It's okay. You can spend a little time.
Just breathing throughout for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, let's stretch our hamstrings with a straight leg hamstring stretch. I'm actually going to place my left foot flat on the floor. My right leg is going to be straight. Hands are on the floor. And now I'm going to kick my right straight leg up and back down. No bend in that knee. If you start bending the knee, then you're not going to feel any stretch whatsoever.
So then for your hamstring stretch might be right here.
Yeah, exactly. And notice how I have my foot dorsiflexed, so that's like those toes are flexed up, just to kind of ensure I'm not cheating and I get that stretch. You feel it in your hamstring, glute, and even calf. And if you need to on this one, feel free to grab a band or a towel. You can do some assisted stretching if you need some help getting that leg up. Just keep it straight and keep those glutes on the floor. Don't allow your hips to come up. For 3, 2, 1. Same move, opposite side now. Right foot is flat on the floor. Left leg is going to stretch. Hamstrings got a lot of work in today. Wanted to make sure we showed them some love here in the cool down. And both these first couple of moves are actually really good at helping you restore your posture as well as either relieving lower back pain or preventing lower back pain. So many times lower back pain comes from tight hips, tight hamstrings, tight glutes. So I want to make sure that we're focusing on the mobility there. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, one more cool down move. Gonna get you really your whole posterior chain as well as your shoulders in one move. It's a child's pose. So turning over onto all four in a quadruped position. Now I'm going to sit back, relaxing my shoulders. This one we're gonna stretch out your quadriceps, shoulders, upper back. We're just gonna hold here. And once you kind of get into a nice deep, whatever deep looks like for you, position, you can walk those fingertips forward just for a little extra stretch if you'd like. And we're just gonna hold, it's a static stretch.
This feels really good with all the upper back work today.
A couple big deep breaths, encouraging your heart rate to come down. And here's your one quiet moment for the day. I know you're busy just like we are. We got so much going on. Quiet moments are hard to come by in the day. Take advantage of it and take 2 seconds here to just give yourself some love and some encouragement. Be proud of yourself for showing up and getting your workout in today. You did it, whatever else happens today. You accomplished this and you're done. Cross it off your list. For 3, 2, 1, 0. And come up nice and slow so you don't pass out. And I will try to do the same.
All right.
Thank you so much for working out with us today. And if you enjoyed this workout and you have some goal, whatever it is you want to lose weight, gain muscle, gain strength, kick butt at life, we have these complete 30 to 90-day programs available for you. Where can you find those?
You can find those on the HASfit app, which can be downloaded to any Android or Apple device.
You can also support us by stopping by our store, picking up some HASfit gear like a t-shirt or our diet guide, Eating for Life.
That's right. Rep the HASfit tribe. Don't forget to like us on your favorite social media network.
Until next time, I'm Coach Kozak.
And I'm Claudia.
And we will see you at your next workout.